So this video is going to be very different. Obviously, if you know me, where's the fursuit? Well, I'm not here to talk about my furry life. I'm here to talk about my life as a gay man, and the struggles I've had throughout my life with my sexuality and gender. Like, am I even gay? Well, not in a simple sense. Am I male? Again, in a simple sense, sure, why not? But is that really how I feel? I used to think I was a femboy, but am I really? I have done a video similar to this, but that was played for jokes. This one isn't. So let's just start from the beginning. Hey guys, Blazie here. Been a while since you've seen my actual face. Don't think you've seen me with my head shaved at the side here. But yeah, it's been a while. Good to see ya. Looking good. When I was a child, things felt different. I liked men. I think. It's all very confusing, to be honest. But just things weren't the way the world tells you it should be. I did date girls during primary school and high school. And it was kind of like, well, I did it. I succeeded. I did the thing that society tells me to do. I got a girlfriend. Now what? I never, really did love them, I guess, in the way that you should. A part of it is, it was just in high school and primary school. You kind of just get a partner to have that status, that you have a girlfriend, you have a boyfriend. But then at the same time, me and a male friend, we sort of experimented. Like, we didn't know what we were doing, we were very young and all that, but then that was something I wanted to explore with him. There'll be times I'm watching a horror movie, as I would be allowed to when I was younger, and I'll see a naked woman and just, like, not really have any reaction to it. Yeah, it was scandalous and like, oh, that's what they look like, oh. And you know, it's not exactly something I saw often as a kid or anything like that. But at the same time, I'm a kid. I'm not gonna feel things about it. Not in the same way as an adult or a raging hormonal teenager. But then I'll see a naked man, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Terminator movies, for example, and think, oh, ho, I see, now you got my attention. Boobs? Ugh. Pecs? Yes.
Oh, wow, you're a big boy.
But why? Well, that's just how life works. Some kids are gay, and that's okay. I didn't ask for it. I don't want to have all these weird, complicated thoughts and all that. Like, I was not manipulated into this at all. Not a single person in my household is part of the Lgbtqia+. I did not know a single person that was. Not even at my school was anyone actually out and proud and gay or anything like that. The idea that children are groomed into it or are manipulated by their family or like had some kind of traumatic experience when they're a kid is just utterly ridiculous, because I'm proof that it just happens. Like, I didn't have internet growing up because my mum was very scared of that kind of stuff. I mean, that's fair. I did turn into a furry once I did discover the internet. But as a kid, like, it wasn't really anything because I figured it was normal. It didn't mean anything if I liked Atreus from Neverending Story with him and his long hair and everything over some female character in another movie. It didn't mean anything when I had dreams that I was a girl. It didn't mean anything that I liked long hair or that I was curious about clothing and such. It didn't matter I had a preference for male characters. It didn't matter. It's just how my life was. But then high school comes along and puberty hits you so hard that everything just changes. I've mentioned this before, but one of the realizations that I was gay was when a friend put on meat spin. Yeah. As like a dare kind of thing. He turned it off right away, but as soon as he left the room, I kind of put it back on and kind of just watched it because I wasn't grossed out by it. Like, he had a reaction to it while I didn't. I put it back on and it was like, it's fine. What's the problem? So, if you don't know, Meat Spin was an old video, kind of like Blue Waffle and all that kind of stuff, of like, you look it up, but you shouldn't be looking it up, kind of thing. And it'll be a video of some guy bouncing on top of another guy with his dick just woo. Hence, Meat Spin.
Say what?
But yeah, I myself just wasn't grossed out by it, and that's like one of the times I realized, oh, I might be into men. So now and then, as a young, horny teenager, I would look up those naughty videos. They were either gay, straight, or a bit of both. Because let's be real here, when it's two guys and one girl, it's still a little bit gay. because I just really did not understand what I was into, so I would watch just a bit of just everything. And then, as I mentioned before, there wasn't anyone in my school who was out and proud, so I had no one to talk to or interact with these kind of feelings, or to like help me understand better who I was and what I was going through. I had no one. But during high school is when phones started to advance in technology. I was there when the first Apple phone came out and the whole Apple technology became a thing, and just I've been around. And so the first thing that was like huge was Facebook on phone, and like you wouldn't have like full internet access to things, but you could have the Facebook app downloaded on your phone and be able to have full access to Facebook. So I started to discover furry groups, furry people. Because again, I was trying to find my place in the world. But being able to have access to that Facebook allowed me to make furry friends, specifically. And basically just understand I wasn't alone. There are other gay people out there who are also struggling, and like people who are struggling with all kinds of identities and sexualities. But this is where I've also really started to struggle with self-identity. Because of the rise of the internet and having access to more movies and TV shows, I would see gay characters and think, that's not me. And while those characters, I understand, are hugely exaggerated and do not represent the gay community as a whole or just anything, but those kind of gays also do exist in like some capacity. Like you would see them on like, I don't know, Survivor or something like that, for example. And so it's like, oh, okay, that's a real person. That's a real person, not an actor. Like, those gays do exist in some capacity, but either way, that's not me, so surely I'm not actually gay. But maybe I should try? Maybe, like, I can be a fanboy. I keep hearing about those and seeing them in those lewd videos. I kinda like it. I like the long hair fanboys. I could maybe be that. I remember talking to one of my friends about it online, who's like a very gay kind of person. I love you. Mwah. But let's just say that. I remember asking them, how do I walk more feminine? Like, I remember asking that because I wanted to try and be more gay. I wanted to kind of come out in some way where I look like I could be gay. Like, I did want to get into, like, makeup and such, not during high school times anyway. So why not start with how I walk? It's so dumb, but I felt like I needed to fit in. If I'm gay, then I should be this way to like fit into this community. Gays are just boring old me who just looked straight, who like there's nothing about me that shouted gay. Like, gays are a certain way, right? That's what I thought back then when I was young and dumb. So I truly thought, I'm not gay enough. I'm not gay enough, which is a weird thing to say now. Because that's not a thing. It's not a thing. But that kind of sucked. And as time went on, that's how I thought about myself. Especially once I started growing hair all over my body. I tried shaving many times. Like, I did full body shaves, and that shit sucks. Like, I wanted to keep that femboy look going for me. Because that's what I am, damn it. Like, that's my identity. Back then, anyway. Like, that was my identity back then. But my body was telling me, no, you're this. You're gonna be all hairy and you're not absolutely gonna be a femboy. I struggled every day with my identity because it felt like life had other plans for me. I tried painting my nails to be more feminine and I hated the process. I tried putting on lipstick, but it just felt weird. If I hung out with another gay guy, it just felt awkward. I just did not feel like I was fitting in. Something was just off. But when I did get with a guy, I wasn't hating it. I enjoyed it. The sex be good, in other words. But I'd also have sex with women, so yeah, I'm clearly not gay. I must be bisexual. Okay, cool. Got that figured out. But I don't date women. I only want to date men. Okay, so I'm gay then? What the hell am I? I really just struggled with who I was. Just none of it made sense as to what I've been told is a gay person. But then there's the gender stuff. I would question myself, like, would I want to be female? I like the idea of having a bigger chest, but do I like pecs? Or do I like boobs? It was one of those weird things. I mean, like, I like long hair and can be feminine and have those, like, kind of traits. So then maybe I want to be female. It's confusing. It's so confusing sometimes, trying to, like, figure this all out and trying to find my place within this large, amazing community. And then one day, I realized, why does it matter? I was well into my 20s still figuring this out, but by this point in my life, I had seen gay guys everywhere, and not just the overly obvious gay type. Hell, that's the type I've seen the least. And even then, not every obvious gay type is actually gay. It's just who they are in terms of their personality. They can just be very hyper and happy and just, yeah, like that's just who they are. Big bearded trucker is gay. The dude who served my meal is gay. That store clerk is gay. There's gays everywhere, and it's not obvious. Besides maybe a big bearded trucker. And now I even realize bisexuality isn't so black and white. It's not simply I like men and women. No, it could be I like everyone in multiple different ways and different percentages. You can have preferences, and that's okay. If someone tells you that you can't have a preference, well, they're wrong. Like, bi doesn't just mean two. Bilingual doesn't mean you just know two languages. It means as many as it means to you. It took me years to realize you do not have to try and fit into one category. I tried doing that, and I understand for some it works, but it can also be dangerous. Because then you try to set your mindset to that one category. But that's just me. Again, it can be extremely helpful for others, so if it helps you, go for it. Throughout all of high school and pretty much throughout all my 20s, I was just simply a gay man. That also happens to get with the occasional woman because I could. At the same time, a lot of that was also just me figuring that shit out. Like, what did I prefer? Did I like this? Did I like that? Again, it was a lot. And it just took me years to say, why not both? Why not everything? Why not all the sexes and genders? Like, does it really matter? Why does it matter as long as we're both having fun? I know I sure am, and I know they definitely are. I haven't gotten any complaints yet. So what's my sexuality today then? I don't know, but if you're cute and treat me nicely, I'll do you. Simple as that. There's nothing wrong with being a whore. I still refer to myself as gay because it's just easier than saying like pansexual or something or like this and that, percentages, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I'm that lazy to just add extra words. And I would prefer to date a man anyway in the long run of things, so it's just easier to say I'm gay. And that's okay. That's my journey. That's my thing. If you don't like it, that's your problem. But what about my gender? That's been kind of difficult to understand and just its own journey over the last few years. Like I mentioned, I tried painting my nails, and you know what? Well, I learned to love it, and I got back into it, and I love when they're all coloured. But then again, I haven't also done it for a while. This is my first time I've coloured my nails in quite a while, but like, that's a whole thing. Oh, I don't ever do my nails, so I'm not that gay or that feminine. But honestly, again, who cares? Same with all the body hair that I have, like, and the way my body started to grow with a big beer belly and everything, and just, I started realizing, oh, I'm a bear. And for a long time, I hated that. I hated it because I'm a femboy, damn it. I'm not a bear. But I've really learned to love it. I love my body and love how much people want it because it's a body type that people want.
They just love you for your booty.
It's a body type that people like. It's the dad bod. People like the dad bod, and that's what I have. And I myself, I kind of love it. I like dad bods, and then I realized, oh wait, yeah, I have that kind of bod. I have that kind of bear dad bod-y vibe to me, and you know what? I kind of dig it. Like, a bear doesn't have to have a big beard or anything like that. It could just be me. But also, I don't need to claim myself as a bear or a femboy or just to please someone who likes bears and femboys. And again, trying to fit into a category as well. But I'm not either of that. I'm just me. That took me years to understand that I'm me. And that's okay. I don't need to fit into categories. I'm just me. My body isn't a femboy. It's not a bear. But it's mine. And it's good. And I know how to use it. That's what matters.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my conclusion when it came to my gender. So what is my gender then? Is it simply what I was born as? That's not how I was born. I was born my way. And my way is gender non-conforming. It's kind of another way of saying non-binary, but they might dress a bit more androgynous, but me, I don't care. I do not care. That's kind of what I've learned, to not care. I don't care if I wear female clothing, because it's just clothing. The only difference is one fits a certain body type better. That's generally the difference between female and male clothing. It's built for different body types. Because most clothing is made exactly the same. Like all the Stitch merch I wear is from the women's section in clothing stores. But you wouldn't know that just by looking at them, because they just look like other clothing. They look like every other clothing. They're only there in the women's section because I think women like Stitch more, and he's all cutesy and all that, so it would fit a more women aesthetic more. But that's just bullcrap marketing. That's all it is. It's just marketing. So I don't conform to male clothing because that limits the freedom to choose what I want and what I like. Like, how dare they get to wear something I want to wear just because I'm not the white gender? Like, that's so dumb. It's so bizarre when it's just material. That's the same material on male clothing as well. And for the last few years, I've honestly really enjoyed mascara. I always get compliments on how nice my eyelashes look. So I did find a makeup that I do generally enjoy, even if I do consider myself a bear sometimes. Like, yeah, but I still put on all makeup. Like, again, just who cares? Because in the end, it's just makeup. Every actor that's ever lived has worn makeup. Male, female, in between, whatever. They've all worn makeup. Face paint is a form of makeup. You wore makeup as a child. Good job. Everyone has worn makeup in their lives at some point. Makeup is genderless. It's just makeup. You don't think those alpha boys are putting on a little bit of like makeup, a little bit of blush or something before they go on stage to do a little bit one of their shows or whatever? They are putting on a form of makeup. Like, I just stop caring how I look. I don't care how I dress, because I just want to be me. That's the most important thing in life, is just to be you. So my life as a gay man became a life of a gayish, gender non-conforming person, and that's okay. Because, as I always say, be who you want to be. And who do I want to be? Me. Do I want to be someone who fits in, or is happy just being themselves and not trying to fit in? Well, I think you know the answer. So, that's it for this video. I know it's very different. Thank you for sticking around and hearing some of my story. I've talked about this before in other videos, but like, it's always a bit like all over the place and such, and this one's a bit different of me out of costume, being myself. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done this, and it's still scary as ever. I don't like talking outside of this. It's going to be very interesting editing, but hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed seeing the real me, my new look. I don't think you guys have seen the shaved head and all that. I did it myself during New Year's, and pretty proud of it. Pretty proud of what I've done. I like the new me, the new look. I'm looking good. But I did want to put this video out there for Pride Month. I always try to do a little something for Pride Month. So this is my Pride Month video, I guess. And happy Pride, everyone. I hope everyone's doing okay, especially in today's world, where I do feel like things have just gotten worse. Things are going backwards. So I really hope everyone's doing okay this Pride Month. And while companies and such just do not care anymore, I care, and I hope everyone is okay. Alright, that's it for this video. Please do give it a like and subscribe to my channel, because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon, and this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now.